Hey everybody, it's Ethan again, checking in once again. For those of you who don't know me, welcome to the channel. For those of you that do, welcome to the channel. Anyways, I guess something that I wanted to touch on today was the concept of fear. You know, fear is something that tends to take a hold of a lot of us. And it's a normal emotion to experience, of course. No one's judging you for experiencing fear. But mediating fear, controlling your fear, instead of allowing your fear to control you, are things that I feel as though everyone could benefit from practicing. And something that I do encourage very much. Especially being someone who has been ruled by their fear in the past. Up until very recently, honestly. I had moments where I felt afraid of death, afraid of loss, moments where I felt afraid of the future, afraid of the past, and to further, I guess, explain that, fear of the past catching up to you. Right? Because I'd be lying if I said my past was picture perfect. It's not. I've wronged people in the past. I've hurt people in the past. And although I have forgiven myself and have obviously reached out to a lot of the people that I feel that I have hurt in the past and, apologized and asked for forgiveness, and a good majority of them have reached back and forgiven me, and we've become good. It's not the case with everyone. And so I guess there was always also that fear that certain things that I did in my past would come back to haunt me, if not in a literal physical form, then through a more karmic, I suppose, form. Karmic energy, whether it's real or not, you can argue with it all you want. I feel as though to some degree there probably is some kind of cosmic entity that deals in consequences through a more karmic capacity, right? And so I guess I just always had the fear that those things would catch up to me and deal some kind of fatal blow or something. But you can't live life like that, right? You can't live life afraid of everything, afraid of marriage, afraid of having kids, afraid of stepping up to the plate, afraid of moving, afraid of changing, afraid of getting out there and meeting new people, or of letting go of the ones that you already knew. That's a part of life, right? That's what life is. You grow, you face challenges, you change. The people around you all go through similar things, at least in regard to challenges and change. And people become different, they grow. Some become better, some don't. But would you rather be one of the people that remains stagnant and gets stuck and is never really able to move forward in life? Or would you rather be the person that took charge of your life? Obviously, in the last video, I stated that you can't control everything, which is true. You can't. So don't expect to be able to. But you can still take charge of your life. Just because you can't control everything doesn't mean you can't control your life. Doesn't mean you can't control yourself. Right? You can control how you react to things. You can control how you let things affect you. You can control the next steps you take in order to move forward or beyond whatever you've experienced. You don't necessarily have to allow yourself to fall a victim to whatever you've experienced. I've done a lot of that in the past too, also out of fear. I had a fear of getting married, of having kids, of moving to one place and settling down. I felt as though I'd spend the rest of my life always moving because I grew up that way. That's kind of all I knew, is the constant, consistent change. Always moving, always going, always meeting new people, letting go of old ones. So the thought of remaining in one place, staying around the same group of people for the rest of my life, terrified me. I think also a part of that fear was because it came with the fear that there would come a point that one day I would become so comfortable and so attached to these people, I would not be able to let go of them. And that was another fear of mine, was, losing people that I loved, people that I care for, having people that I love or care for pass away, me passing away and leaving behind all the people that I love and or care about, and those are very, very real things, right? Which I probably shouldn't even be thinking about. And anyone who's the same age as me or around the same age as me, I should probably remind you, you probably shouldn't even be worried about that right now. You're way too young. I'm 25. I just turned 25. Like, I have no real reason to even be thinking that way. It's a long way down the road for me, God willing. So I have no cause to really be that concerned about that yet. But it was a concern for me. But you can't allow fear to rule you. Because when you do, you end up sheltering yourself. You end up holding yourself back. You cut yourself off from the world. You can't do that. The world is going to keep on going. The world is going to keep on spinning, regardless of whether or not you participate in it. But if you don't participate, you get left behind. And you're going to wake up one day, 40, 50, 60 years old, miserable, wondering why you have nothing, why you have no one. And it's because you allowed fear to put you in a box. You allowed fear to beat you into the corner and stay there. Don't do that. Obviously, as with all the topics I've already mentioned, and I've probably said this about 1 million times now, it's easier said than done. It always is. Changing yourself, becoming stronger, building that mental fortitude, it's always easier said than done. But you got to do it. You have to do it. No one else is going to do it for you, right? And at the end of the day, it's just you. You and whatever else you got going on up there. It's just you. So are you going to tell yourself that you can't? Or are you just going to try? Just tell yourself that you can. At least try. Don't tell yourself you can't. Because if you go into it with an already defeated attitude, you will be defeated before you even got the chance to try. And it's better to try and fail than to have already given up before you even tried. Because then at least if you tried and you failed, you can say you gave it your best. And you can get up and try again. And you can keep on trying and trying and trying until you win, until you succeed. That's what life is. You don't give up. What would be the point in that? So you get up, you tell whatever fears that you are experiencing to shut up. Make them get in the back seat. I can't tell you that they won't still be there. They probably most likely will. But you don't have to let them define you. You don't have to let them control you. Just push them to the back. Tell them, okay, who cares? You might care, but who cares? Just keep it going, man. That's all that really matters. That's all that really counts. Is that you keep trying, you keep pushing, and you do better each and every day. You get up, you try harder than the last day, and you keep moving forward. Just abandon the fear. I guess the saying really is, the only thing that you should allow the only thing that you should fear is fear itself. Because what do you have to fear? Anything you can fear, you could probably rationally abandon the fear of. It's hard. It's going to take time, but you could do it. You know? You're afraid of heights. Okay? So what? Lots of things in the world are high. Are you going to let that stop you from experiencing things that you want to experience that you feel as though maybe you shouldn't just because they're a little bit higher in altitude? No. Why would you do that? Stop letting the fears hold you back. Let it go. Like with everything else, just let it go. Yeah. Abandon the fear. As always, if you're feeling lonely, depressed, miserable, if you're trying to start on this journey, if you're trying to get better, improve yourself, you can always reach out to me. I'll always be available, no matter what time, no matter what time zone. Just reach out to one of the, I guess, 3 social media links that I have in the description below. I will always make sure to try to reach back out to you. You're not alone. You're never alone. None of us are. With that being said, see you next time.